All right, I guess we're live now.
Yeah, we're live. Hey guys, the music narrative here, or Sean,
This
and
is Matt.
yeah, and Matt, and yeah, basically today we released our debut EP. We have a band called Life Surreal, and yeah, we're just doing like a live stream, like talking about
You
the
know,
songs and talking
songs,
about the process making the songs, and
how we're feeling,
yeah,
how
just
we were
like
feeling making the songs.
yeah, the meanings of the songs. And also, the channel got 500 subscribers. So that's pretty cool. I just wanted to acknowledge that before we talk about the music. Because, I mean, the videos that I do on the channel and our music is like separate. But yeah, 500 subscribers is really cool. And yeah, so that's kind of like a big part of what we're talking about today, but also the music. And yeah, just like the meanings of the songs and go over track to track. And
Oh hey,
yeah.
oh hey, how you doing, dude? We're just going over this. I don't know how much time you have to stay. We're just going over our EP at the moment.
So yeah, we could just start talking about that, like song by song.
All right, Silent Tongue. Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, man.
So track 1, Silent Tongue.
Yeah, track 1, Silent Tongue. Hey Carlos, how's it going? Yeah, so the first song started off as like a solo song. I was working on solo music, and I just hit up Matt, and I knew he played guitar, and we just started a band like a couple months ago.
That was in like November.
Yeah, like early November. And
I was like, hell yeah, dude, I'm all in. I'll bring like all like the shit that we need, or all the shit that I need, like I have.
Yeah.
Some of it, like our wah pedal that we got.
Yeah, wah pedal.
That shit's like burnt out on us. I guess we could go over that like sound that we got from it, or keep that a secret. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so that song, the first song is just like a piano song. It's pretty simple. And there was guitar over it, but we cut it out because it didn't fit like distorted guitar.
Yeah, we thought it'd just be like more peaceful.
Yeah. And it's kind of like an intro song. And yeah, that one's pretty cool. And lyrically, it's just like, we got a comment earlier, like talking about like COVID pain and like how COVID has affected everybody.
I feel like subconsciously, maybe, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think we came in thinking like, hey, we're going to make something off of COVID. I personally didn't want to really do that because I felt like that'd be like too gimmicky. Maybe like just make a whole EP called COVID or some shit like that. I mean, someone's probably already done it, but
yeah.
Probably subconsciously it probably did affect it. Especially looking back, maybe in the long run.
Yeah, it like definitely wasn't intentional, but like looking at some of the lyrics and like the themes that we cover, it definitely aligns with COVID and all the stuff that's happened with that. And yeah, just like it wasn't about COVID, but I feel like that definitely contributes to like how the songs turned out. But yeah, that one's pretty cool. It's pretty short, just like an intro. And then the second song, Bleed Me Dry, that was originally just started off as like an intro. Like it was called Cool Intro. That was the title for a while. And yeah, that one I'd probably say is probably my least favorite. That one felt like the most rushed. But it's cool.
It's still cool.
Yeah, I mean, the vocals were definitely like, and then just on the spot, just came up with it. It's a heavier song. It's the heaviest song for sure. But I don't know. It's pretty cool. But I think the songs after that were better.
The last 3, yeah, probably my favorite. Like Bury My Head. Like okay, the riff that I came up with that. Like I don't even really. Like this might sound bad, but like I don't even remember. Kind of like I remember like. I was just jamming, and we were like, we need to figure something to fit in there. And I was like, hold up. I mean, I think I know how it goes, but like, it was just kind of like a thing, like in the moment that just sounded cool. And just put that in there. I'm just proud of how that worked, just coming up with something on the spot that I liked.
Yeah, like the wow effect. Yeah, and as Carlos said, yeah, the last 3 songs. I think the last 3 songs are definitely better for sure. I think our favorite's Far From Fiction.
Yeah,
that's the one we're like most proud of, that one, as far as like the structure and like the lyrics and how much time we put into that one.
And honestly, Far From Fiction was the first song that I ever attempted to like do vocals on.
Yeah.
Because like if I ever was making stuff at home, it was just instrumental stuff or very like rough demos. I'm like, oh that sounds cool. I'll just record that. I was never really into like vocals, but like I'll try again.
Yeah, it was definitely like the first song that we thought of an idea for vocals, and I think that's the one we're most proud of. And also George Died Underwater, and like the outro. And I just want to say like the meaning of that one.
The tones that we tried to come up with. I was mostly just going for like the really low treble, like depressed Stratocaster kind of sound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Really spacey kind of like tone.
Yeah, definitely. Like we did experiment with a good amount of tones, and like he has a pretty cool amp, and there's a lot of stuff we were like experimenting with. And yeah, we wanted to make the song sound different. We actually cut out a couple songs that they sounded too similar to the other songs. And yeah, George Died Underwater, we're pretty proud of that one too. That was one I like came up with solo at first, and then we added the guitar. And we were going to do vocals, but we decided not to. And yeah, the title comes from this movie that I seen called Mean Creek. It's really good, and it has Josh Peck in it. You might have seen the meme, like. But yeah, that's where the song comes from, like George Died Underwater. It's based on that movie, and we had like lyrics written out, like talking about the movie. Yeah, but
like telling like what happened.
Yeah, but like, we cut that out. But yeah, that's another one that we're pretty proud of. And then Bury My Head. That one's pretty cool too. It was originally called something else for like the longest time, like Silver Lining.
Yeah, it was,
I don't know why we called it that, but it was under that title for a while. And yeah, that one was like a lot of it we just came up with on the spot, like with the wah pedal and the distorted guitars at the end. That one was definitely on the spot. But I think it turned out pretty good. I think we're proud of the whole EP. But also we want to talk about like the music we're going to do in the future.
I mean, we could talk about like the cover and the actual like EP like name.
Oh yeah, the EP. So Dead Language. I don't know. I just feel like the title Dead Language fit best over all the other ideas we were going over, because the song Silent Tongue, and I feel like a lot of the themes kind of
just go with that. In terms of like dead language, like not wanting to talk or not being able to talk, or like I guess talk, people just don't understand actually how you're feeling.
Yeah. And also I was thinking like how everybody's language, like in a million years, like nobody will, it'll be like the language that we know is going to be dead. Like, cause that's just what happens with time. Like I was thinking of that too. Like I thought it was like a cool concept, but overall I'd say the EP doesn't really have a theme. It's just kind of random songs. Like we'll admit that, but the music we're going to do next, I think we're going to focus on more themes, like having a theme go from track to track.
Like a concept album.
Yeah. Like we've been talking about like doing like a concept. I think that'd be cool. A lot of work, like a lot of preparation, but
something I think would pay off if we have like actual themes. Like we stick to like, oh, this album, the lyrical themes are going to be blah, 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 blank, blank, blank. We're not giving anything away.
Yeah.
But, or, I mean, in terms of like the actual music, the tone, probably stick to more of a consistent one. Like we did have like a unique sound, I personally think.
Yeah.
Everything just doesn't sound like nothing really I've heard that I listen to. Like I listen to a lot of stuff, but like I can't pinpoint and be like, oh, we're this band, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I know for sure, like my influences, like as far as my influences go, like the videos I've made on the channel, like a lot of the bands I've talked about, bands like Duster and Codeine and Slint, especially Slint, those were big influences like for me. And I know you didn't really know
Yeah.
those bands. Like I introduced him to some of those bands.
Slint's kind of cool, especially with the spoken word telling stories kind of thing.
Like that's kind of what we were going for. Like I was influenced by Slint a lot, and Codeine's pretty cool. Bedhead, Duster, like the lo-fi kind of sound. We definitely try to incorporate that into our music, but I still feel like it sounds pretty different than a lot of those bands for sure.
And I pretty much just I listen to whatever, honestly.
Yeah, like he's more like metal influenced, I would say.
Metal, I would say, in terms of like playing, but in terms of just listening to like stuff, I listen to like everything. Like I'll listen to like, like 80s pop sometimes. But like in general, it'll probably just usually be like these like 90s bands that are like have this alternative sound, like alternative 90s like metal, alternative 90s rock kind of sound.
Yeah.
But also paying like homage to like these early bands like Black Sabbath and like Led Zeppelin, stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like some of that definitely shows in our music, like some of the outros, like the outro in Far From Fiction. I think there's like little bits and pieces of like metal and just a combination of different styles like in our music.
Yeah, especially that outro. I was just kind of like going for like just like an 80s metal riff, I guess. Like that was like that could be like like a Metallica, like early Metallica riff. But I didn't know how like I make a full song out of it. Maybe we could do that in the future.
Yeah. And making like fast tempo like metal songs are definitely harder to do because I'm more used to a slower style, but we're definitely going to experiment with more heavy soundscapes probably, and also I think we're going to keep the piano stuff like George.
Yeah.
Like,
piano is not going away.
Yeah. Like I know we have planned. We were talking about like a 3 or 4 song EP in like February or March maybe, like to bridge between the debut and like this EP. And I know there's like we were talking about including this one piano song that I recorded. We were talking about putting that on there, and we're just kind of thinking about that right now. But yeah, like we're always thinking of ideas and always recording, and yeah, we're just like practicing all the time. Like we're always like going back and forth. Like I'll give Matt ideas and he'll give me some ideas, and we'll kind of like, or I'll record something and see if he thinks it sounds cool, and we could like add something
usually,
off of
that. I could just get emails. He would just send me emails of what he has going, and I would just kind of like be at home and try to think of something and just put that on repeat. Because I'll just put it on repeat and just have blasting through my speakers. If I'm just like kind of like just doing like something downstairs, like homework, I'll just like listen to that over and see if I can think of something to add to it.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I think that's really helpful to do.
Yeah, and the whole process. I mean, it's pretty like I think with this we were pretty unorganized. Like we just kind of wanted to get songs out. Like that was the goal, to get songs out before like the end of the year.
And I think eventually we kind of were unorganized, and that's kind of factor to a couple things. Well, with me at least, just I have college, but I'm probably just gonna put that on the hold for a moment, just due to COVID and online classes. I want the actual college experience. So after the semester is done with, I'm focusing more on our band, and that kind of I felt like made us rush a little bit at times, because like I would be doing homework and then like, oh shit, I'm gotta think of something for the song. So
exactly. So I think we'll have more time to like think about stuff, like think ideas all the way through, because I think if anything, like with this, it's like we didn't think the ideas as through as we could have. I think things could have been a lot more like thought through and polished, like, but I'm pretty proud of it overall. I mean, for a starting point, it's definitely solid. I mean,
and
but that's just what we think about it. Like,
and we think that maybe like potential like longer songs in the future would be kind of cool. But like we're gonna try, if we're gonna do a long song, we don't want to do a bad one. And we define long songs probably like talking like 6-7 minutes, even more than that. If one day 10-minute song, I'm not sure. 10-minute or 12-minute song, I'm not sure. But that's something, if we ever wanted to do, that would be something that we would work on so hard. That is, so that's just like a teaser, I guess. If you see a long song by us, that's going to be something that we really put our hearts into.
Yeah. Thanks, Carlos. I'm really glad that you like it. We were kind of like taken back when we saw the comment. Like, you said it was amazing. Like, yeah, I mean, that's really cool. Yeah, we're proud of it for sure. I think we're just gonna improve from here, and hopefully make more structured, like planned out music, like for especially our first album, like for sure. And yeah, we just wanted to get it out, and because I know we're with everything going on, like I know we definitely had stuff to get off our chest and say, like, and yeah, I mean, Far From Fiction is definitely like the one I think that best describes like where we were like making it, like, because it's just things are kind of depressing these days for sure. And I don't know, like we just wanted to make songs that kind of describe that and talked about it, and I think we did that on this for sure. And I think with our future stuff we'll only do it further, like and make it just better. Like everything we do after this hopefully will be just, our goal is to make something like at least 2 times better like next time, and we're working on some stuff right now. And yeah, it's just we're doing that all the time, and that's the EP pretty much.
I mean, that with the cover though, cover I thought was pretty cool. Kind of like our design, like in terms of, I guess we kind of edited it a little bit, and kind of made it that like just something kind of like, it looked a little psychedelic, I would say, a little bit kind of like, oh, what the hell is going on here, you know? But I thought it'd be cool to have us on the cover though. Like that's a good idea, I think. Just like, you know what we look like and everything. So like,
yeah, I know that the cover was like last second too. Like we did that I think the day before we finished the whole thing, and yeah, we just wanted like a simple cover. Cover was cool. I mean, I'm not the type of person. I didn't want to be like too photogenic and just kind of be like, hey, like I'm like this and that. Like it was just like, hey, here's a picture of what I look like normally. Like I'm not posing really. I'm not trying to look cool or whatever. Just yeah, like when we tried too hard, it looked bad. But when we were just like, we were caught off guard, like
there was we were taking some pictures, and a good chunk of the first ones were just us looking pissed off at the camera. We were just like,
yeah, it didn't work at all. And we don't take ourselves too seriously. So yeah, and we just got that picture like both of our eyes were closed, like just completely just random, but we thought it looked good, like it fit, because we don't want to be like too serious and like angry. That's kind of dumb. So yeah, we just kind of like, I don't know, we just, got some like pictures and sorted through the best ones, and we had a couple other ones that were okay, and we just thought that one worked the best, so we just went with that. And also that was kind of like influenced by Slint, like the cover Spiderland with them in the quarry. It's just like them just there, but we weren't in water. But I was thinking of that album cover, definitely. And yeah, we wanted a cool album cover. We didn't just want to take a picture of like the forest or the trees.
I'm sure you can find a lot of albums with that. But I mean, at the same time, you can probably find a lot of like covers with just the people on it. But this one was like we weren't posing for anything, because we just kind of had it on. It was taking, we were taking like a video. And we were just like taking snippets of it. So like, it wasn't like we were trying to professionally make a pose. Like we were just like, okay, let's stand around here and then see what happens,
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, that was kind of like a quick thing. We just kind of thought of that, and because we knew we needed a cover. And yeah, that's kind of how that came to be. It was just kind of all, I don't know, like last minute, because we really just wanted to get something out before the end of the year, and we wanted to release it on a Friday. And next Friday's Christmas, so that wouldn't work. And then, so we had to get it done by this day, basically, because we just wanted something out in 2020, just to like, just to have like a starting point.
That was kind of like our goal. Let's try to get something out before January.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, and we're working on music all the time, and we're just going to continue doing that. And as for the channel, because I make videos like talking about music, like bands and stuff like that. I'm still going to continue to do that too. Probably not as much going into the future, but yeah, most of my subscribers are from those videos, and I'm definitely going to continue doing that. But working on the music, it's not going to be my primary focus, I don't think, for a while. But I'm still going to continue that, and it's pretty cool to have over 500 subscribers for sure. And I just wanted to acknowledge that because most of the subscribers are here from those videos, like the video essays on like Elliott Smith and a lot of those other bands I've covered, Duster. And yeah, just wanted to talk about that too, because I was thinking about making like a special 500 subscriber video, but I just never did. So this is kind of like for that too. And also, yeah, just to talk about the music. And we're going to be making like a YouTube channel for the band specifically.
Yeah. Collaborative channel.
We're not going to keep doing music, like talking about the band on this channel. I mean, we still will, but yeah, we're definitely going to make a separate
for like
channel.
If we ever did like music videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, like music videos.
Or lyric videos or posting any other future projects on there.
Yeah, we're definitely planning on doing a music video, shooting a music video probably in the next couple months. And we're still trying to decide what song, but we're definitely planning on a video, and I think that's going to be cool. I'm excited to film a video and get it out there, because I think videos are really important with music, like to give it like a visual, like I think that's important. So we're going to do that in the next couple months, at least probably January, maybe February, along with the EP that we're putting out. We're going to do another EP, right? And then that's going to be 3 or 4 songs. And that's going to be like the bridge between this and our first album. So that's what we're doing next. I don't know when exactly that's going to come out, because it's a work in progress, but we're already working on new songs, and we're just kind of experimenting, coming up with ideas. And that's just what we're working on right now.
And, also, like, we're working on new songs at the moment, but we kind of just want to also see like the feedback and like the response to this. What songs people like the most, and we have the feeling it's probably be the last 3. As Carlos said, that was his favorite too. So like, I don't know, just get feedback and see if this is a good direction for us, which I think it could be.
I mean, it's a starting point. We're just gonna evolve musically, I think. But yeah, I think it's definitely, it's not. I mean, I think it turned out better than I was thinking it was going to be. I thought it was going to be kind of rough, but it turned out better. I think the songs, like production wise, sound pretty solid. I feel like it could sound a lot worse. Like as a starting point, I think it's pretty solid. Like I definitely think we're proud of it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be something that potentially I would look back in years and be like, okay, well, like I still respect this, and I'm like, but it's good to not watch, but see, how far you've come in terms of, well, my song's gotten better and better. And like, I wasn't horrible, in the beginning, I had a decent start.
Yeah, that'll be funny though, like looking back on it, like once we have more music, because I've heard that's kind of weird, like with artists looking back on their like first.
Everybody I've talked to that makes music for themselves, they are like, they're embarrassed of their first songs or first works, which in terms of me, like, I'm not necessarily like embarrassed, like, hey, this is like who I am, like, go listen to it if you want to. But in terms of, like, I will be like kind of thoughtful and be like kind of humble, like, hey, I wasn't the best, but like now the stuff I have out now is better, but I don't think you should be embarrassed necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure like after we do like our first album and after that, I'm sure we'll probably look back on it and say like, it's not that good, because I think it's just like natural, like people like judging their own work. I think that's a natural thing, but I don't know. I mean, 5 songs. I think we're proud of each song for a different reason, and yeah, we're just excited to keep writing.
Each song had stuff in it that I was like, all right, like each song had something special to it or something likable in my eyes, at least.
Yeah, exactly, Carlos. Like your first songs, I think they're always rough, like no matter what. Like yeah, your first stuff for sure. Yeah, exactly. Like you have to start somewhere. You can't just like expect perfection. I mean, you're definitely going to be rough at first, like with anybody. But yeah, like the first songs are always rough, definitely. And I already did solo stuff before this, which was rough, and I learned a lot from that. So I learned to not make those same mistakes, like production wise, and yeah.
I mean, also I remember, you know, when Sean like was first making his solo stuff, I listened to like a little bit of it because like, you know, it would just be on his story or on this social media or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I mean, it's like I see what he's going for. Like this is cool. It's just in terms of like production though, which I guess it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
You'd think the hardest part would be making the music itself or making the lyrics, but I think a good bit of the difficulty is the production. You know, we don't have like a $5,000 studio or we don't have some crazy like studio.
Yeah, exactly.
That's something that, you know, I never really thought of. I mean, I thought of, but like, I didn't think it'd be that big of a deal.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like when you go into making music, I mean, the production is really important. I think it's just as important as the songs. I mean, and that's definitely something we realize, like how important that actually is to get them sounding like at least somewhat professional. Like you don't want people to like have their ears hurt because it's too loud or way too quiet. Like it's kind of hard perfecting it, like getting it to sound like that. And I think like our EP is definitely, it's not perfect production wise, but it's definitely a lot better than like the solo stuff I was doing. And we're definitely headed in the right direction. Like this is obviously not perfect at all, but I think we're headed in a good direction. Like, and I'm using this program called Reaper to like produce. And it's hard, like getting used to it. And
producing is it's kind of similar to like you know, video editing, movie editing. It's kind of similar to that. Like you wouldn't think it would be hard, but it is.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a big problem.
Yeah, like, and when I started making music, I never thought about that, like how important production is. And like even the solo thing I did like a couple months ago, like I'm just embarrassed of that now. Like that's the thing I'm embarrassed about. But I think I got that out of my system with this. Like, because I think this is just like a lot better. Like if you've heard my solo stuff, I basically like put it on streaming services and then took it off because I was just so unhappy with it because I didn't bother producing it. But I think we learned how important that is, and I think that's why like we're both pretty proud of it. Like, and yeah, I mean, and we're looking into going to a studio. There's a studio in our town apparently, and we're looking into like recording there and seeing stuff about that.
Checking them out, maybe.
Yeah.
Within a couple of weeks, maybe just like give them an email or a call here.
Yeah, like with COVID, it's obviously probably tricky right now, but it'd be really cool to go to an actual studio and like work with somebody who knows what they're doing, like they're a professional. That'd be a different experience for sure. Yeah. We're thinking about that with the first like actual album. It is kind of pricey, I've heard, but
I think it'd probably be worth it.
Yeah, worth it.
Also, like, because when you get to the studio, you would have to, you know, play everything, and perfect it. So like, it would just make us perfect our stuff instead of just being like, okay, well, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Like you probably need to practice a lot before you even get to the studio. Like know the songs. You know you have to write them beforehand and learn them and get them down before you go to the studio. I think that's going to be different. Like, cause with so much of this, it was just kind of on the spot. Like, I'd come up with a piano part and we would just kind of play until there's a part where he comes up with guitar and see what fits and what doesn't fit. And I think our next EP, we're going to probably continue the sound of this EP. Just it's probably going to be pretty similar sound wise, like production wise.
Like in the future, they probably would be like, this EP, Dead Language, and then the future EP, like they probably would be clumped in together. Probably like looking down, like, hey, these are probably like it's kind of basically like an album, but they were just split up.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a little different. There's this one song I've been working on. We were talking about doing a music video for it, It was originally going to be a solo song. And it's kind of like a quieter piano track. And yeah, I played that for you earlier, and we're thinking about putting that in the EP and like maybe doing a video for it. And it's definitely different. It's softer than anything on the EP, I think, or at least comparable. And yeah, it's gonna be cool, like filming a music video and just seeing like where we go from here, because this was kind of like all on the spot. And I think if we put more planning and structure into it, it'll be a lot better,
Yeah.
I think.
Dude, I need to pee, dude. I'll be right back.
All right. But Matt will be right back.
Yeah.
But
restroom.
But yeah, it was pretty cool working on the whole thing. There's some funny stories, I guess. A lot of it was recorded with a 5-string guitar, because Matt brought his guitar over and my guitar, and both of our guitars popped a string, the same string, and most of it was recorded with 5-string guitars, and that was kind of annoying. Just happened back to back, and that was kind of funny. Like you might be able to pick that out, like the songs that don't have the last string. I feel like if you pay attention, you can kind of tell. So that's kind of funny, like little things like that, like working on it. And yeah, and the drums also, I forgot to mention the drums in the songs. They're all keyboard drums, and I think they sound pretty real. Honestly, I think they sound pretty. For a keyboard, we use like a Casio keyboard from like 30 plus years ago, and those drums on there, I think, sound really cool. I think it gives our stuff a different vibe. And yeah, it's another cool thing. Like you might not be able to tell like that they're keyboard drums, but yeah, I definitely like the way the drums turned out on Dead Language, and it just kind of sounds like spacious and kind of like lo-fi, and I think that's what we were going for
I
sure.
heard you talking about how the strings broke.
Yeah, the strings.
I'm pretty sure because of that there were like at least one song that we made with like a missing string because of that.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of funny, but just like a funny story to remember. But I think a good amount of the songs like was on a 5-string, because it took a while to get the strings. Like I had to buy more strings, and yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool. You have anything else to say?
Oh, what went on while I was gone?
I was just talking about the strings and the keyboard drums.
Gotcha. I mean,
I think they sound pretty real.
The keyboard drums are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Maybe potentially I do play drums, but if I could figure out a way to record stuff, I don't even have a microphone at home, so I don't even know.
And drums are really hard to record too.
But if that was a possibility, maybe I would eventually get on drums here and there.
Yeah. For sure.
But at the moment, we can't really do that.
Yeah, I mean we're open to that. I think it'd be a lot cooler to have real drums, but they are a hassle to record.
But I mean, since like I know how to play real drums,
like
I'm like, damn, like this actual keyboard drums actually work. Like like I know what a good drum beat would sound like, and it's just easy to do it enough on the keyboards anyway. So it's like, hey.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, the keyboard has a lot of cool sounds. It's kind of funny playing drums like on keys, like a piano, but it works. And I think we're going to definitely continue that with at least this next EP, because I think it gives it a cool vibe, like a lo-fi vibe. And yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. We're just excited that it's out. It feels like we've been done with it for a while at this point.
Yeah. And
we're just glad that it's like out on streaming services and on Spotify and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah. For sure. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, it's cool. It sucks that I can't like update my artist picture or anything, because I still need to get permission technically to like access my artist profile. So that's kind of annoying. But other than that, yeah, we're pretty excited that it's out. And we're definitely going to be back sometime in the future talking about our next project, which is most likely February, March.
Yeah.
Most likely, we're thinking.
We might put some,
Yeah, we might do
we'll
something.
let you know how it's going. In,
Yeah.
in January and February, we'll give you updates here and there.
Yeah, I think we were talking about doing like a series on a band YouTube page, like kind of documenting like the making of, like something like that, like just kind of documenting the whole process, really.
I mean, we did think about doing that for this EP.
Yeah,
but
it was just rushed. We didn't have enough time. Like
it wasn't something that we thought of as soon as we were like making.
Yeah, it was in the middle. Yeah. We weren't really planning things out. Yeah, it was home recorded. We did it all on this microphone. It's a CAD microphone. It's pretty cheap, but honestly, I think it sounds decent. And yeah, the whole thing was home recorded.
Oh yeah, everything pretty much was
just all recorded like right here, basically, pretty much.
The mic.
Yeah, it was home recorded. I know that we're talking about going to an actual like studio for the first album, which would be cool. That'd be different for sure. It would give it just a more professional sound, obviously, but we like the lo-fi sound for sure. But yeah, as of right now, it's home recorded. Our next EP is probably going to be all home recorded.
Yeah,
and we're probably never going to stop doing that.
There'll always probably still be stuff that is home recorded.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You got to have big stacks. Big stacks. What is that exactly?
Money?
Yeah, big stacks. Yeah, money.
Yeah.
I know, like, you got to... Exactly. Like, we're looking into that, but we know it's going to be a lot of money. I know if we do go to a studio, we're probably only going to be able to go for 2 or 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Like, money's always an issue. But
you're probably just like, you're probably just like, all right, you gotta have big stacks, and we're like, stacks, what the fuck? And you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, money's the issue. Yeah. But I mean, we're just gonna try it out, see how it is, and I think it's like an independent thing. I think it's like just 2 like studio musicians.
Mm-hmm.
The particular studio we're looking at, but that would be cool. That'd be a new experience. We're definitely going to do
something I've never done, gone into a studio.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're going to do home recording stuff still. But if we like going to the studio and it's affordable and we think it sounds good, we're probably going to do that more in the future, if possible. So yeah, I mean, I feel like we've said pretty much everything we need to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have anything else to say?
Overall, just, give us some feedback on how you like it. I mean, what songs you like.
Feedback, just whether it's positive or negative.
Yeah, negative we'll take it.
Yeah,
like, hey,
we're totally into constructive criticism. But we've gotten a good amount of good comments.
What gear we talked about in terms of like amps, guitars?
We just use we have a small Marshall amp, and we have this Fender. What kind is that? It's some type of Fender amp.
It's a solid state Fender amp. I forgot. It was my first amp that I ever had.
Yeah. And it's cool. And he has a Stratocaster.
Yeah, Stratocaster.
And like the Casio keyboard. Like, I can't remember the exact type it is, but it's over 30 years old for sure.
Yeah,
that's
a big part. That's kind of cool.
That's a big part of the gear that we use. And just kind of regular guitars, pretty much, and just a standard bass, an old bass I've had for like 15 years, just in the closet.
Yeah, vintage.
It works good. I think it sounds good. And yeah, I mean, we use some kind of old gear, and I've heard some people record onto like tape. They'll record it to get a different sound quality, like the old school, like vintage quality. I think that's a cool idea. I know that's hard to do, but I would maybe look into that. Like, like recording like analog, like that'd be cool. Like on a 4-track, or what people used back then. That'd be cool.
Like how the Beatles recorded and stuff.
Yeah, like
that'd be expensive though. I think. Yeah, I think I saw like a YouTube channel, someone like recording with like old things, and like each tape was like so many minutes of tape was like like $80 or some shit like that.
Yeah,
it was like
that's expensive too.
But like that'd be cool though.
That'd definitely be cool. It's not really that practical now. Like, you kind of have to go out of your way, but that's something to consider too. But yeah, I mean, I think we've said everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just feedback. We'd love feedback, positive or negative. We're totally surprised we've gotten so much good feedback. It kind of like, I don't know, it kind of like catches you off guard, like getting, comments like that. Because I was thinking people are going to be more critical of it. Yeah, that kept the tape rolling at all times. Yeah, I mean, back then it was totally different. Like that was like their primary way they recorded. But yeah, for sure. Nowadays it's kind of hard to do. It's like totally obsolete. You have to like go out of your way and do that. But that would totally be cool. I know the Foo Fighters did that, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
for the first one.
I think they did it with Wasting Light, didn't they?
Did they? What the
fuck? Like you'd have to go out of your way to do that, but definitely would have a cool, like more natural sound for sure, just like the Beatles and all those bands from back then. But yeah, I think we've said everything. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. It was, it was just some like totally improvised. We didn't have really anything planned. First time I've ever been in a live stream. First live stream. It's definitely kind of weird doing it, but yeah, I'm just glad we did.
It was a little awkward, but hey.
Yeah.
We didn't really like.
Yeah, we knew we just wanted to do like a live stream just because I've never done one and he never has done one, so we just thought it would be something a little bit different. I think Tool's, Undertow.
Oh yeah, that album's cool too.
Yeah, that one's cool. Tool's pretty cool. I know you're really big into them.
They're pretty cool. Some of their songs are iffy, but like overall, very like their songs. Some of their songs are very instrumental heavy, and that's why I always think that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Tool's cool. I know he's into a lot more like alternative metal and like metal of that style than I am. And I feel like I'm into different stuff and he's into different stuff, and we can kind of like.
But like at the same time, I'm not.
We can meet each other halfway, like what music he listens to and wants to make, and what I want to make. We can kind of like fuse them. I feel like that's what we did with that sort of like. I think we'll get better at it, but.
And like at the same time, I'm open to like pretty much any band or any song or any artist or whatever, or any album. Like I'm open to listen to like new stuff all the time. So like I'm not the type of band that would have came over and was like, hey, I like these bands and this band. I'm like, okay, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like
I think we're pretty open minded to like the ideas we come up with, because I'll come up with a lot of like really quiet stuff, like, and I mean he likes it. And we just kind of go along with that, and I mean sometimes we'll do loud, heavy stuff, and I think he's into more heavier stuff, and I'm into more quieter stuff, and like I think we can definitely like meet each other halfway with that and make just cool music. That's the whole point, just making cool music that you're passionate about. As long as you have a passion for it, I think you should just do it, just make it. And that's what we're doing.
Big thing. If any of you guys are thinking about playing music or making music, try it, just do it. Yeah,
just a lot of people to like come up with excuses, like you just got to do it. And just for the passion of it, like I think it's definitely like nowadays, like to think about, earning a lot of money doing it. I mean, that'd be cool, and that's possible, but you should do it for the passion first and foremost.
You shouldn't go out and buy a guitar or whatever and think, okay, I'm gonna use this as an investment because I'm gonna use this and make an album and make a bunch of money. You should go out and buy that guitar because you want to learn how to play it, and you know.
Yeah, I think you should do it for the right reasons, and I mean, I feel like that's what we do. Just we're not expecting anything out of it, but it'd be cool to have a little community of people that like your stuff, and if people other independent bands and artists we come across, we definitely like to support the other local bands and the smaller bands for sure. And it doesn't matter if it's like a big thing or a small thing. We just like making music, and we're definitely going to continue doing it and improve, hopefully. But yeah, I hope you guys dug the stream. Yeah. And I hope you at least give the EP a shot. And, I hope you guys like it. I'm sure there's at least one song on there that you'll vibe with. But, for sure. I hope you all have a great night, and we'll see you all later. We might do another stream next month or something, or February.
Kind of giving you guys an update on the music.
Yeah. And I'm going to probably make a video kind of like promoting the band's YouTube, you know,
Channel.
when I make the channel and get everything all up on there.
And you know, I'll promote everything as well. I'm not sure who's here, who's not, but hey.
Yeah, but we'll definitely be on here sometime in the near future. But yeah, hope you all have a great night, and I'll see you all later. Bye.
Hell yeah.